Hey everybody, you're listening to the Hisessions Hawaii podcast where we talk about everything local and beyond. I'm Johnny Masato, your host, and joining me today is Kyle Shimabukuro and Devon Nekoba.
Hey, how's it?
Before we begin, let me remind our listeners of the ways they can stay in touch with the show. There's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at Hisessions. You can go to SoundCloud, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts to listen to the podcast. Of course, you can email us at hisessions@yahoo.com for questions and comments. If you'd like to help the show get more music on the channel, please go to patreon.com and donate. There you'll be more involved with the show and help determine who and what is filmed. No new patrons, but I do have to say that one of our patrons I'm meeting after these podcasts because he's a teacher and they have a career day thing and one of the students needs to interview either a musician or something. And so
that'll be you.
That'll be me.
Awesome.
So there are benefits to being a patron beyond just being a patron and getting the shirt.
Well, so you speak at any school if you're a Patreon member.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a one-on-one. So
one more thing for John to be like, oh man, I gotta go do that thing.
Oh, that's good though. You talk to the kids.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Oh, we don't have a guest today.
Well, obviously.
It's just the three of us.
Oh, that's right.
Just in case you were curious why that seat is empty. They're not showing up later.
Well, and I did turn the camera a little bit, so that seat's somewhat out of the front. It's more just us three.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you to Kupu Kupu Landscaping, Landscape Architects. You can call Kevin Yokomura, 808-722-8685 for a free estimate, or go to kupukupulandscaping.com. We ate Fort Ruger Market today. Again, I had the Rugerlicious Bowl because, of course, you know, what way to top off eating a bunch of fish in Japan than eating a bunch of fish at home?
Yep. I had an icy today.
Yeah, caught it icy. How was it?
It was good. Tastes like icy.
Great.
What flavors was it? Strawberry?
I mix them up.
Oh.
Coke and strawberry.
Coke and strawberry.
Yeah.
Nice. You do, okay. You layer?
No, I only remembered when I filled almost it up with strawberry. And then I had that. Yeah.
Wait, okay, so when do you mix too? Because my kids do that.
mix. I tend to do, I think I do Coke on the bottom, and then I do a little bit of strawberry, and then a little bit of Coke.
I mean, once it melts, it's all the same.
I mean, it's all the same.
I was going to say, doesn't it just like all mix
No,
together?
it takes a while for it to sort of melt and separate.
So, okay.
I guess melt and get together. Plus, you end up doing that thing where you're trying to get to it, so you end up mixing it anyway, but...
Right.
Yeah. I would have got you icy, but we had no idea where you was today, so I didn't.
Sorry. Told you I was going to be here.
Wait. But the idea is you're doing that so that you can experience two different flavors?
Yeah, because when you do your initial flavor, right, that's the one you're going to get immediately.
Right.
So you have to think of it, okay, am I going to have Coke first? And I mean, when you're dealing with Slurpees, it's actually more so because there's so many different flavors of Slurpees.
Right.
Although they're getting better about the icy one. But what you making that face for?
I don't know. Just listening to you.
Icy
expert
waxing here. Rhapsodic about ices and Slurpees.
Well, to me, icy is superior to Slurpee.
What?
Consistency.
I feel like icy is local. I don't know why.
Well,
and
like Slurpee is what you would find at 7-Eleven, right?
Of icy.
Well, Slurpees tend to be more granular.
Oh yeah.
Than icy.
But that's the one at 7-Eleven, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Slurpee.
Yeah. Slurpee was the answer to icy, I think, because icy was like, we don't want to be in your stores. And they went, well, fine then.
And then there's Slush Puppy, which I don't know where you can find that anymore.
Slush Puppy is more difficult because it's the slush and then you add in whatever.
Is it more crunchier?
No, it's kind of a mix between the icy and the Slurpee as far as the granular of the ice.
Yeah. But like I always feel like slushies, the machine's either broken or it's liquidy. Like the ices more often come out
consistent,
frosty and good.
It's a very specific, because it's a specific machine, that's why.
You know what I eat? Well, my wife guys buy is I think it's Baldwin's. I'm not sure, but it's shave ice in a stick, in like a.
Huh?
What do you call that? That thing with the ice that you can push up?
Oh, an ice pop.
Yeah, ice pop, but
pop.
it's shave ice pop.
Okay.
I'll let you try it next time you come to my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been getting that thing?
For a while, but I've been hiding it when
I
you
know
come
you
over.
haven't been. I was like, wait a second, what?
Yeah. Anything you like in your guys' house, if Devon's there, you gotta hide it.
Just dessert.
He's gonna smell it.
Unless you put cilantro on it.
He's gonna search it out, and he's gonna eat it.
Well, let me ask you this, because so just to introduce this segment, we're doing
There's a segment.
we're doing a 3-person pod today, just because the 3 of us have been in Japan for the last.
And we haven't
couple
done
weeks.
one of these in a while.
No.
Yeah, we haven't done one of these, so I thought we would do a wrap up of Japan and how the trip went and all that stuff.
Do you remember, John? Because
Of course
you
I
spent
remember.
most of it in the room.
I spent as much time in the room as I could, but first of all, I guess on this topic, we all brought back food
Yeah.
from Japan. What is your best food that you brought back?
I don't know. Mine was mostly all omiyage, so I've been.
Was you gave it away?
Yeah.
No, because he didn't buy it himself. His
No, I
wife
bought some in the
it.
airport for myself and
Really?
my friends. Yeah. I bought a
Wow.
bunch in the airport. They were buying throughout Japan.
Yeah, I
just
know.
went to the airport one store and bought
that
a
one,
bunch.
that one, that
Yeah,
one.
and I
Okay,
just-
I'll go.
10 boxes.
Isn't it strange? Yeah, I think that's a woman thing.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of guys who do that. Like, because my wife does that too. Like, half her shopping in Japan is for other people.
Yeah.
She's buying other things to bring back.
I always think it's gonna be for other people, and then I get it home and go, "No, I don't want to give that one away. I kind of like that."
Ah.
One. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the thought is there.
I still like those wafers though.
The
Which
wafers.
There's the Tokyo Milk factory wafer with the cheese and kind of sweet.
Oh,
cheese.
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
And then the other one with the cream.
I
like
I
that
bought
stuff.
one that
That's
I
good.
thought was that, but
Yeah.
it wasn't that.
Yeah, to
and
get
I
the
was
fake
very
kind too.
disappointed.
Yeah, the fake
I was like,
kind.
"Oh
You
man!"
can tell when you bought a fake one. Bro.
Well, you cannot tell until you
Yeah.
get them home and then you open them and you go, "Oh crap!"
And then
this
we
is the
bought
wrong
some
one."
like trippy flavor Mentos.
Okay,
You know,
yeah.
that kind of stuff like that.
I
But-
bought at the airport. I bought this haichu that I've never seen before, and it's got crystals inside.
Okay.
Oh.
Like
So it's
sugar crystals.
yeah, like sugar crystals or something. Oh, that thing was good, and
But
I only
Japan
bought
has
one.
the-
I was so bummed.
Japan has the best snacks and candies, man.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
food
the
in
thing is,
general.
though, everything is seasonal. So the thing about your haichu is that if you go back 3 months from now,
It's not gonna be
not
there.
going to be there.
We bought some
Yeah.
banana Kit Kats.
Oh yeah, banana
Oh.
Kit
that
Kats.
one's
They have
kinda
strawberry.
interesting.
Yeah.
That one's good.
It's interesting how things there catch on, like Kit Kat, KFC. You know,
Yeah.
I heard now. It was you who told me that the Kit Kat has worked its way into like the testing in Japan.
no, that's
Because
not,
there's something about the interpretation of Kit Kat that gives people that is meant to mean like good luck or something. So
Okay.
now before tests, they give kids
Oh.
Kit Kats to like
Really?
wish them well. on
Is there
their
like
test.
because of the Manaki Neko kind of thing?
I
or-
have no idea, but apparently it's become a thing. So that's why Kit Kats are even now more ubiquitous because
Huh.
now it's like a thing. And kids, I guess in Japan, are mixing them. So you get like the pumpkin flavor and the vanilla flavor and a chocolate flavor or something. And you eat them together.
Oh,
Did you hear the Mandela effect of Kit Kat?
No, please do tell.
Okay, so imagine the Kit Kat logo.
Okay.
Do you see a dash in between Kit and Kat?
Oh yeah.
No.
Some people swear
Yeah,
that
yeah,
there was
yeah,
a
there's a
dash,
dash,
before.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it never had a dash.
Huh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be confident enough in my knowledge of Kit Kat to say one way or the other.
Yeah.
If you told me there was a dash, I'd be like, okay. If you told me
I
there was
remember
never
a
a dash
dash
there, I'd
when
be
I was
like,
a kid, but
okay.
you know, I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of
really read
kind
them
of makes me
anyway.
think that there was a dash there, but I don't know. So what I bought and I buy every time is the Royce chocolates.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My wife bought some of those things, but you got to keep it cold. That's why
Yeah,
it's hard
it's
to
a
bring back.
refrigerated snack,
Yeah.
but they give you a bag.
Yeah,
like
they
that's
wrap it
yeah,
and put
insulated.
little ices
Yeah.
inside.
insulated. Yeah, and man, those things are so. It's basically I figured it's ice cream and a chocolate.
Hmm.
It tastes just like chocolate ice cream.
Is it really ice cream though?
No,
it's
but it
not.
has
It's
the
actually
flavor of
Yeah.
chocolate
It's so
ice cream.
smooth. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like ice cream.
So
I-
it's like it fixes my ice cream craving without
Ah.
actually having to eat ice cream, like a whole bunch of ice cream, you know?
I brought it home and the idea was we were gonna give it away. My wife started eating it and goes, "Yeah, we're keeping this."
Yeah.
I went, "Okay, no problem."
I bought that the menthol eye drops.
Oh yeah,
for contact
the gray
lenses.
eyes. Yeah,
Oh, I love that stuff.
it's good.
Late at night when I'm working, I just
Yeah.
pop that in. I can
Ah!
work
After
another
you-
3
after you
hours.
scream.
Yeah. If I don't. It's not sore. It just
It doesn't hurt?
No,
Really?
not at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be my like biggest get,
Yeah.
you know, coming back. That and my Shohei Ohtani rookie.
John found
which
a
they
nice
went to
show
a lot of trouble to go get. So I'm glad you got it.
I'm glad you bought something after that search.
Well, I wasn't gonna come home empty-handed after that.
Yeah.
So we went.
You're on a mission.
We went baseball card hunting one day, and
it literally was
not
hunting.
as easy as I thought it was gonna be.
Well, we hit the jackpot store though.
I don't know about that. I mean,
I think that was the
some good
biggest
stuff,
one
but-
we saw.
Yeah, right. But you think about like if we were in Nevada, there would be like Walmart-sized baseball cards.
Yeah.
This was like a 7-Eleven.
Was this
size,
was this a Japanese version of the Otani?
Yeah.
Oh,
So this
okay.
this
Well,
is
that
his
makes
like
sense then.
2013 rookie.
Wow.
So when he started in the Japanese league or something.
Okay, that's a good one to get.
Did you price it?
No, I didn't price it or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold on to it or whatever. But okay, so maybe we should give some background to everybody what we're talking about. So last week, or I can't remember exactly. What day
last week.
Last week, okay.
Yeah.
Last week, High Life, Hisessions, and Lanai's Travel Club partnered to take 16 or 17 of us to Japan. It was a Tokyo food tour that was headed by Lanai, and we spent a week there, eating, shopping, doing all the things that people do in Japan.
Well, we did. John didn't do all of it.
I did some.
I asked him. I go. Oh, the first day was kind of cool because in Tokyo it snowed. He goes, yeah, I didn't like that day.
No.
I could hear it in the text that he was sending.
I was too cold. I'm like, brother, wear a jacket and enjoy yourself, man. What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, I ran into Herb too this weekend.
Oh, you did?
He was at a dance concert. He goes, "I was Japan with John."
He knows, right?
He knows.
I was like, I don't know how you travel with that guy, man.
But you know what? Even if you weren't hanging out the majority of the time because you were too cold or you're too lazy
or too wet or whatever,
I was more concerned that you were having fun.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna. I get by no matter what.
Yeah.
Right. So I may not be there present, but I'm not gonna bring people down either.
No, you didn't bring people down. I was just concerned that you weren't having fun.
No. But yeah, so the first 3 days were chilly, if I can put it that way.
You're
In
miserable.
fact, on the second day it snowed.
Dude, they were freezing ass cold, is what they were. They weren't chilly. It was 40s and
Yeah, but
30s.
in the afternoon the sun came out. It was fine. I was fine.
Yeah, you got fur all over your body, bro. You fine. The rest of us are freezing ass, dude. It was cold,
You guys have
man.
panties.
Yeah. So for the first half of the week, I was not as excited
was not a happy
about
camper.
leaving the hotel as I think other people were.
Dude, at night you're walking around and you're like, I have to be fully clothed walking around in this room. Well, I mean, because I had our friend Ryan as my roommate, but also because it was cold.
Yeah, it was
Like,
it was
without
chilly.
even air conditioning, it was cold. Yeah.
I was blasting air conditioning in our room.
Holy smokes, man.
Yeah.
We stayed in an area called Shiodome,
Yeah.
which is right in the middle of Tokyo. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a train ride away from all the big like spots like Harajuku and Shinagawa and Shinjuku.
It is.
and all
It
that.
was very central, and that was really nice.
That was
I don't
nice.
think I don't think I've ever stayed in Japan and been that central.
It's cool because you get one home base hotel that you stay in the whole time.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry
Yeah.
about like transferring to another hotel, you know?
Yeah. And it was
Yeah.
weird because it was from the 25th floor up.
No, but that's how Japan is. The lobbies are never on the first floor.
Yeah.
I don't know why, and the door always opens at the lobby. So whenever we go to any hotel, it's like on the second or third floor, and so you get in the elevator. The door opens. Everyone in the lobby looks at you. You just go.
Hi.
And then you head
And
to your
then it
room.
closes and you go up to your room.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of weird, but yeah, that's how they all are. So this one just so happens that the lobby's on the 25th floor.
Yeah.
And then we would go up to the room from there.
Yeah, and then the basement had a family mart, which was super convenient.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of egg sandwich.
Yeah.
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 And so the tour basically took us around Tokyo, and Lanai took us to some of his favorite eateries, which was great. It was nice to know, although I have to admit to you, if I ever wanted to go back to any of those, I don't think I'd ever be able to find
I could
it.
find the one in Tsukiji, I think.
Oh,
but
in
I think the
Tsukiji.
rest of them, either we would never be invited back or...
Yeah,
it's
what
like-
was interesting was
didn't.
like, I guess he's been there so much, Lanai, that he has this secret stash spots that the locals go and the tourists don't find.
Yeah.
So when you go there, you're pretty much, I mean, we seated 15 people automatically in a sushi bar and took it all up.
Yeah.
In the middle, not the middle of the day, but in the
Oh, it was
morning.
kind of, it was
Yeah,
about
like-
11 o'clock in
yeah.
the morning, yeah.
And
that place was Tsukiji was packed.
at
It was
that
packed with
sushi
people.
bar was unreal.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, we ate there
was really good.
twice. Was so good.
Yeah.
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 And then we did take a 1-day trip out to Kamakura to visit the High Life store out there, what that Kyle is a part of, I guess.
Yeah,
And
that was interesting. I never seen it before. They opened it up during COVID, and I never had a chance to go check it out. So that was the first time I saw that store in person.
But it was, I mean, for me, being a friend of yours, it was very like a proud day, like to see, because it has a huge High Life sign on the building, and the store is beautiful.
Yeah, it's
It's
surreal.
all
man.
got High Life stuff in there. And
We're like, Kyle designed all of this.
yeah.
It kind of took me back when I actually looked at it. I'm like, whoa, how did that happen?
Yeah.
You know, like, I never thought that would ever happen. So to see
You
something,
need to have them fly you back.
no, to
man.
see something like that at that scale in a foreign place, like
Yeah.
that was kind of neat to see. you
And
know?
people were coming in buying a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and well, so we ran the podcast there with Kamasami Kong,
Right.
Ha.
and I don't know, maybe we should. I don't know how you plan on airing this. You want to air this first, and then
Yeah,
right
this is
after
gonna
Kong?
this is gonna go first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then right after is gonna be
on
Kong.
the same day.
Probably not the same day,
Oh,
but maybe the same week.
okay. Yeah, that'll be cool.
So probably by the end of the week we'll have both up, the Kong interview and this.
What's going this week?
This one.
This.
Oh, okay.
And then Kong is gonna be right after, and then next
And
week
then
we'll do
Lanai.
Lanai.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did Lanai in Japan too, just to kind of go over the history of his tour and talk story with him too. It was kind
Yeah.
of fun.
It's very interesting, you know. Lanai is a character, if I can put it that way, but just a super interesting dude because he has a million stories and has done a million different things. Like the
Mhm.
guy never, you can't just say, oh, he's a radio guy, because he does these food tours and he had a food truck that he took all over the place, and he's done entertainment startups, and you know, like, so just picking his brain, even if it was for an hour, was very interesting.
And to take a moment to plug the tours that he does, because it's a boutique tour, it is, we will say, it is a little more expensive than doing like a panda tour.
Right.
But at the same time, you just follow his bolo head around Tokyo, and he takes you to this place to go eat.
Yeah.
Or you go and he does tell stories about the places that he's been, the things that he's seen. That dinner at Hakuho's place was fantastic. man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that day I wasn't as hungry
I
as
was
other.
full, so I couldn't enjoy it. Me and
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's
we
kinda-
went. I followed him around that day,
Oh.
and he just fed us all these things, and I was like, I gotta eat tonight, bro. But I was so full by the time I got there.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you missed
I
out.
heard everybody enjoyed
Oh,
it.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the Japanese are so good about presentation
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
making the thing look amazing, and
We got some cool memorabilia.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
The other
definitely.
thing that I liked about this tour, and I've never been on a panda tour, but
we're not speaking badly about Panda. But
yeah,
not at
yeah.
all.
Yeah, I have no
It's a
experience with
completely
panda.
different
Yeah,
experience,
it's just a
you know?
different
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
But I don't know how large those groups are.
It's like 30 to 40.
Okay,
people.
yeah,
It's,
see,
it's big.
this is
It's big.
20 or less.
Yeah.
Is what
Yeah.
Lanai takes. So
Yeah.
you never feel like you're just part of a pack. You know, you have a lot of access to him. You can ask questions.
Well, unless you're with Kyle, because then Kyle monopolizes all this time talking story about him, about everything. But it's okay.
Well, we were just talking a lot of business. Man.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we gotta go meet with Kyle and this guy over here. Oh, we gotta go with Kyle, go
Yeah.
meet with this guy over there.
But-
I'm like,
Oh,
damn,
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
But I think what you get out of his tour is kind of exclusivity,
yeah.
like a little and very intimate. I mean, we got to become really good friends with everybody that came on board, and
Yeah.
it was even if it was
Super
friends of
people.
friends, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to try to get together this weekend with everybody who's on the island. Some people were in the mainland that went with us, but yeah, I think it's a fun experience because it was very intimate. Like,
Yeah.
you know, a small group of people, and
we
all
even,
got along.
Yeah, we even had this guy. I'll say his name, Hank,
Mm-hmm.
who came along with us, and he's a retired police officer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can tell he's a dude's dude. You know, he's tough and he's kind of quiet. But over the week, I got to know him pretty well. He's a super nice, super cool guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't think people like that would have been able to I would have been able to get to know if there was 30 people or 40 people, because you wouldn't have time to kind of socialize yourself with everybody.
I felt kind of important because I felt like Hank was our security.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So Hank is like a 6-foot Asian dude.
Yeah.
Retired police officer.
Retired police officer. He's built like a Mack truck, basically. And so, but his instincts would kick into gear, and you wouldn't realize it until we were going someplace, and it would become packed. And all of a sudden, Hank was floating toward the back of us, and his head's on a swivel, and he's watching everything.
Felt like
and everybody there's
felt like we had Secret Service, with us.
Yeah, it kind of was, because he looked so serious whenever we were in that kind of a moment. But I mean, the amazing thing for me was that night that he found us when we went to go eat pizza. Because we got back, we went to go eat pizza kind of on a whim with Lanai. He took us to this place that he knew. It was in
some random pizza place.
Some random place
in an alley.
Pizza. And it turned out, and then all of a sudden Hank showed up out of nowhere, and we were like, what the? And it wasn't like they had told where we were going or anything. He just happened to be walking through this area of Tokyo, and oh look, there they are in this alleyway eating pizza. It was weird.
He has like spider senses or something.
Yeah.
Then he came up behind me when I wasn't looking and choked me. That's how I knew he was here, and I was like, I'm gonna die now. Who is this behind me? Oh, it's you. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I will say though that there are parts of the tour that Lanai kind of does this thing where he takes you somewhere, and it's either a shopping center or some kind of, and then he goes, all right, I'll see you in a couple hours. You're just on your own, you know, so you have to be prepared for that.
I have to say that was a little disconcerting for me. I think knowing now what I know about what the tour is like, I would make more effort to try to
listen to directions.
No, think of places where you can go.
Yeah.
You know, like stuff that
like,
I would
plan
want
ahead.
to see.
Plan
ahead, just a little bit, just enough so that when he goes, okay, go.
You know where to go.
I'm gonna go here. Yeah. Because otherwise,
you're wandering.
You're Kyle, and you're either following Lanai around, which is a great thing because he took us to some amazing places, or you're like his wife. And you just run off shopping, which is not something that Kyle wanted to do.
No, I never liked the shopping part. So I just hung out with him the whole time. I said, what you gonna do now? He goes, I'm gonna go here and go there. I go, I follow you because he knows where to go.
Yeah.
So we go to Akihabara. Was it Akihabara?
Yeah.
No. Was Asakusa. Was Asakusa.
Oh, Asakusa,
we went to the knife place.
Yeah.
And then I go to try to find Kyle and our friend Ryan, and they're sitting in a sushi place. Eating like, bro, the sushi's so good over here. Oh my god! Your mercury levels must be unbelievable because all of that stuff went to the wind. You guys were like, whatever, just go.
I'm smoking probably foggy right now from all the mercury, but who cares? You only live once.
Hey man,
and you hardly ever go to Tokyo.
Yeah.
So what the hell? You know?
Yeah. Well, we went to one day I broke off from the group because a friend of mine wanted to take me to an Airbnb that he's managing, you know. And before we went to a stand-up sushi bar. Dude. And you know the thing about, I was telling him that's great about Japanese sushi is that it's just a tiny bit smaller than the sushi you would get here in America. But so it's perfect that you can do one sushi per you know,
bite,
versus like I feel like here I have to do a bite in half and eat it in 2 bites.
Well, and you get full faster and not trying all the different fish.
Just give you more rice too.
Yeah, but then when you bite it in half, like you don't always get it perfectly in half, and then you have this like trying to rip the fish apart, and it gets all like. Versus if you just have one sushi and just go boom right in your mouth.
Well, I think it's meant to do that, right? Plop the whole thing in your mouth. That's how it's
designed.
You know? So
they get upset when you try to bite.
Yeah.
And do bite in 2 bites.
Yeah. Well, and I learned also.
No shoyu.
Well, if you have shoyu, you're not supposed to dip the rice in the shoyu.
Yeah, you dip the
You either put the shoyu on top of the fish, or you turn it upside down and you dip the fish.
I'm not that good at it.
Which I'm not that good at, so I said, you know what? I'm a gaijin here.
Yeah.
So
I'm just gonna eat it my way.
It's dipping the rice in the shoyu, man. You know.
You just gotta tell them that's how we do it in Hawaii, and they gotta understand.
Yeah. So I did defy the rules.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know that was a rule until they told me.
Yeah. Unspoken rules.
So I already talked to him. We're planning on April in 2026.
Yeah.
So we can discuss if you guys want to do it again or just take a tour
Well,
or
I
pass?
think John should share the experience he
Yeah.
had trying to just get out of Japan because it colored his entire
Yeah, what happened
view.
to you in Japan?
No. Well, okay. So I won't disparage the tour because
Because it's not the tour.
it had nothing to do with the
No,
tour.
it's not the tour at all. Yeah.
They flew on Hawaiian both ways.
Yeah.
And they made it there and they made it back fine.
Yeah. We came back early, in fact.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I flew up on Hawaiian with you guys, but my family was there, so I stayed an extra, supposed to be 2 days. But I went on a different carrier, won't name their name. And on the way to the airport,
Let's say there are budget airlines.
yeah,
Let's just say that.
it's funny. We were with a whole bunch of people in that group because not only was my family up there, but their friends were up there, and that friends invited their whole family. So there was about 15 of us on that side, you know? And so we rented these big we thought we had it so good. Rented these big like vans that could carry, 8 people per van. And then we just had 2 vans and just going to shuttle us to Narita Airport, which is about an hour and a half away from Tokyo, drive. So everybody loads in their luggage. And then right when we were leaving, Stacey's like, hey, our flight got moved up an hour. So like, oh man, okay, good thing we got on this thing, And then in the van, we're pontificating like, wow, usually flights don't get moved up. They usually go the other way, And then all of a sudden she goes, oh my God, it's tomorrow. They moved it to tomorrow. So we got delayed 23 hours coming home. And because it's a budget airline, we went to the front desk and they're like, we do not provide any compensation for hotel or
Bummers for
you.
But
you just
even when you found out heading there, you still went to the hotel, to the airport. Not
we're
the
already
hotel?
in the van and
already, man.
Oh yeah, because the
And there's
van is
nobody-
going to the airport.
Yeah. and everybody else in our group was flying home on ANA.
Oh, there you go. He just said it.
So,
No, that's the group that
that's
made it
the-
back.
So they all made.
Oh,
we were
okay,
on
okay.
we only my family and the mother-in-law
Oh.
was on the flight that we went home.
Oh.
You know, we can call out that airline.
So no,
You're
I
not-
don't
you're not
want to.
making stuff up.
I don't want to. I don't want to. It's okay.
You're not gonna get sponsored by them, John.
If
You're
people
not-
want, they can
Don't
ask
worry.
me. But
Don't worry. I've got a story about delivery of stuff that we'll talk about later.
yeah. So anyway, they go like, oh, here's a $10 coupon to the food court at the airport, and you guys can sleep in the lobby,
Bro.
in the airport lobby. So I'm like, screw that. Like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do that. So we ended up getting a hotel
But
nearby.
don't they have capsule hotels in the airport?
They do, but I have kids. I'm not gonna put them in a capsule hotel.
They might enjoy that.
No, they will not.
Oh.
It's so small. So
Have you stayed in a capsule hotel?
no.
They just
But-
opened one in Waikiki,
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Apparently it's actually quite good because you're in a space about the size of this table,
Right.
right? That goes up, and you're basically just in there to sleep anyway.
I know,
Right.
but I'm getting old, so I shishi plenty, right? Just getting out of that thing would be hell to get in and out,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I think your kids would dig it because you get your own TV, you get your own. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
So little
I
tent,
guess
like
so.
tent
might
Yeah, I
be
guess
fine.
it's sure.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well-
but they stayed in a Fleabag hotel that I didn't think was possible in
Yeah.
Tokyo because I thought
It was pretty. I mean, it was just old feeling. Like I felt like I was in 1977 Japan. That's what it
Oh,
felt
they
like.
didn't decorate it, update it, and stuff.
No.
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 Was it at least clean?
And yeah, it was clean.
Okay.
Yeah. And but it was like there was controls like for our AM FM radio on the wall with push buttons
Wow.
and stuff. And there was no way to control the AC.
Oh,
So it was kind of
central air.
It was kind of chilly in there,
Oh.
but there was. I mean, but it was. It's one night.
Yeah.
It's just like let's just,
Did you
whatever.
take pictures of the room?
No,
Oh
No.
man.
but I upgraded myself to a suite. So I stayed in a suite with Stacy, and I put the kids in another room by themselves.
That's how you do it, John.
I'm like, I've had enough of you guys.
yeah.
You stay out there. I'm just gonna
When
sleep.
you have a job and make money, you can
Yeah,
afford
exactly.
to upgrade. Yeah.
But the suite was like the suite in there was like $200
oh, that's cheap.
for the night.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So it
Okay.
wasn't like a major. And then Steve's mother-in-law stayed in her own room.
Mm.
But
But
the flight back was how long?
It was only a six hours
Okay,
something.
it's
Yeah,
about
so it was
right. Hours
pretty
too.
quick. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't understand
Ours was
how
5
it's
and a half.
9 hours going and
They do a higher parabolum.
galore.
Jeez. Why? Why
So
would
we
you
can
want
get
it to be?
Get there faster next time.
Oh no! I'm talking about coming home. They
Oh.
can go up and over. That's why.
I would like want them to press the gas, man, when they're heading over there, because 9 hours is a
9
long
hours is a
time,
long-
bro.
yeah,
Nine
it's a
hours
long
feels
Kind
time.
of brutal.
And I was
Especially
in a regular seat.
Yeah.
I was in a comfort seat. So
Also, I swear, like everybody wants to bring kids on planes nowadays.
Yeah.
It's
because you want them to go with you and experience.
Yeah, heading over, that kid was crying all 9 hours.
And then coming back in front of me had 2 kids, and they were crying the whole time. But I mean, personally, I don't mind because I have my noise canceling headphones, and I'm usually just watching Survivor anyway. But I just think like, man, these parents. Like, I remember we did it once, and I said never again, because I just feel like everybody around you just. That
Yeah.
energy of like, why are these people doing this? And I just didn't ever want to feel that.
You know, I flew over for the first time wearing compression socks.
How was that?
Uncomfortable as hell.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, it's like sliding on freaking condom over your foot, man. It's like so tight and uncomfortable. But I know why people do it now. Because when I flew back home, I was in shorts and slippers.
Okay.
And my feet swelled up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I couldn't put my slippers on. Like, was that fat already?
Really?
Wow.
So I started massaging my feet because I thought I was gonna die. You know, to get the blood circulating and stuff like that. And now I realize I gotta wear shoes now when I fly that long with compression socks.
The funniest thing was your sister-in-law. So Kyle's sister-in-law is a podiatrist, a foot doctor, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody's standing, and we're about to leave for Japan, and she looks down, and I'm wearing dress shoes like that I wear to work.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Is that what you're wearing?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You don't have an extra pair of shoes in your bag?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "There's no support in that thing."
Yeah.
I was like, "Sue, I've been to Japan like 50 times. Like, you know, we've walked all over the place. I could do this."
That's pretty amazing though. You can walk in dress shoes all over the place, John.
I don't know how you do it.
It's, I mean, I'm not walking that. You know what? You know why? Because I don't do the 9
shopping.
hours of shopping
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm out. You know, once everyone's
You see, but the thing that bothers me here is that
Yeah.
she actually cared about you
Yeah.
and your feet and your shoes, and she see me wearing slippers and she never said nothing.
Well, she knows what she got with you.
Yeah.
But the funny part is like, you know, it's just professions, right? Like whenever I walk into a house, I'm thinking like, oh, this house is in good shape, or you know, and it goes to your brain. So she's a foot person. So
Yeah.
as soon as she sees my shoes, it's like, is that what you're wearing?
But
you know,
dude, even
Yeah.
I did that. I looked at your shoes and went, "Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that is a choice, I guess."
But I would suggest though that in the future you find comfortable walking shoes just to be comfortable.
Yeah, I mean,
You
Lanai
know?
did say that we didn't have to dress up for any of the restaurants. But
Yeah.
I kind of didn't want to just be totally like, you know, if we had to go somewhere nice.
I mean, just like
But-
Kyle.
Yeah.
It's Japan.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I don't
I'm
know.
just glad I
Yeah.
brought as many jackets as I did, because good God.
Yeah, dude.
The only
So-
thing that sucked was for those last couple of days, like from Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It was 70 degrees. It was
Yeah, I was
beautiful.
wearing
like
t-shirt,
Kyle was, I was
shorts.
wearing shorts and t-shirt the whole time. I was
Oh.
going, wow.
I will say that we got to see cherry blossoms.
Oh, the
Yeah,
day
it-
after we came home, it bloomed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were in Shibuya, and
Yeah.
then there's like they all
Yeah.
bloomed, and it was like, oh my god! So we took some, and it was funny because we asked, we were with our friends, went out to dinner, and then you know we wanted a picture, and then we asked just some random girl that, can you take a picture of us? And she did the full like this, and then she got down on her knee and like
Oh, really?
shot like
Oh,
that,
yeah,
and
they give you
know,
all the angles. man.
Japanese people, they know how to take
Yeah.
pictures, you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
she had it down.
So
Nice.
I seen pictures of cherry blossoms. I stood next to one tree that was blossoming before.
yeah.
I've never been in a city where the whole thing lights up like that. Is it really that
Okay.
spectacular that I have to go?
Okay. So we didn't see that many.
Okay.
So I don't know. Yeah, I've never experienced where it's like all over the place. But
like I can see girls getting off, like going off on that thing, right? Because it's beautiful, right? But
yeah.
would you like go, oh my God, it's just
So it's funny because did you say that because so on the last night, Asa and I walked to this fishing store, which you would have liked.
yeah.
Yeah,
What
it was like
that?
it was in by where we were, Shinokubo. Yeah.
Shucks.
So there was like about 10-minute walk away. There was this like full on like Macaulay bike size fishing store, and on the way home we got lost, and and then there was one like some person in the yard had a cherry blossom tree and it was blossomed, and I walked past it and I'm like, hey Asa, wait, And I'm like, I better. So I walked up to it. I'm like, I'm going to look at this thing consciously and think about, okay,
Nice.
there's something interesting about this. And I looked at it, I'm like, it looks like a flower. Flower tree or whatever. And then,
So we don't need to pick a date or time for you to be in Japan to enjoy this.
no, so I think maybe if it's like a whole field of them, it's kind of cool. But if you just look, it just looks like a tree with a lot of flowers on it.
I went to the North Shore and then I see pictures of people in that sunflower thing.
Yeah,
And I'm like, cool. The picture is good enough for me. I don't need to stand in that sunflower thing,
right.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if sakura would be something that I would really, really appreciate if I'm standing around it.
I think maybe in bulk, it's impressive. But as a one tree thing, I'm like, okay. I mean, it's pretty. Like, don't get me wrong. It's
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what, because I took a picture of what I thought was a cherry blossom tree, but I'm not even sure. There you go.
That's Ponceria.
Yeah. No, that's
Right?
that's
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was the only tree that was blooming in I think this is Asakusa. And like we were walking past all these empty trees, and I went, "Hey, look! I think that's a cherry blossom tree."
Yeah.
And so I took a picture of it and went, "Okay,
Is
I'm
it
good."
fake though?
It looks fake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought it was fake, but it wasn't.
No,
fake.
it's real. It's real.
Yeah, it's a real tree.
Well, very good, Devin.
Yeah.
But then then other people were taking pictures of my daughter. In fact, actually in Seattle.
Oh yeah,
UW.
Yeah.
Theirs all bloomed, and so she went there to go see with some of her classmates.
It's nice.
Oh, it's beautiful. Like she sent me the picture, and I went, "Oh, that's way better than this one Charlie Brown looking tree that had cherry blossoms on it."
Yeah, so I think that's what's the impressive part is when they're all blooming and it's just a whole, sea of
And the
flowers.
gardener going, "Man, I gotta pick all that."
Yeah.
So is there one thing that we missed that you didn't see or
Ramen.
experience while we were there?
Oh, I had ramen, but yeah, both times I had ramen. I wasn't with you guys.
Yeah. Thanks.
But you know what? I didn't have. There's better ramen. I didn't have the best.
I got thwarted trying to eat ramen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I kept thinking I was gonna get to go, and then we never made it. So I went, "Oh, okay, we're at the airport. Guaranteed is a ramen place over here,
Yeah.
right?" So we get through all the security crap, and actually, no, not even security. We went up to that shopping area, by the way, in Haneda. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's its own little city that's got stuff.
Yep.
But we got up there, and then Jason Jen needed to go shop for some more omiyage, and our friend Ryan, and so I was like, okay, because I'd been to Haneda before, so I knew where to kind of take them. And then they have a mini Don Quixote, so we're in the mini Don Quixote, and I'm looking at the time, and I'm like,
I see.
and I'm like, okay, I gotta go. So I run away. We finish our stuff. I run away. I go to the ramen place. I'm like, yes, gonna eat my ramen. And then I look at the time, and I gotta get to the gate. And so I've got maybe like 5 minutes to slurp down a ramen, right? And the lady goes, "Oh, sorry. This is taking a while." I'm like, "What do you mean it's taking a while?" She goes, 45 minutes. I'm like, 45 minutes?
And you ordered already?
No, I didn't
good
order.
thing you
So
never
so
ordered.
she's trying to warn me, right?
Yeah,
So I was like, okay, that's all right. No need. So I go. So then I got to go through security. So security takes 40 minutes, right? So I get through security, and then I walk through, and I see another ramen place. I'm like, yes, I'm going to actually pull this off. I run to that thing. I go, "Can I get a takeout?" "Oh, no takeout." So I had to leave that place.
Wait, you're gonna take out and take it on the plane?
I
and eat
was
it?
going to take it on. I was going to do something.
No, I don't
but
think you
damn
can
it,
take
I was
out
getting
ramen
this
on the
ramen.
plane.
I was. I figured it was going to be a while before we were going to get to the gate thing,
Yeah.
right?
You
But
know
I
what?
was like,
I feel kind of bad now to think about it, but I just had to do it. So we went early to Haneda just so they could go shopping on that level before you go through customs,
Yeah.
TSA, and all that crap, right? But we were first in line in Hawaiian to get checked in. So
Okay.
the moment we checked in, I told Sherry, let's just blitz it and go through TSA and customs and don't have to stand in that damn
was
line.
smart. That
Because
was
I don't
smart.
know how long that line's going to last. And I don't know how long, I don't like waiting in this line.
Yeah.
So let's go blast you there. And she goes, "But what about upstairs?" I go, "Haven't you done enough shopping?" I mean, we won't room in our bags, right? Like that. But, I'm like, "No, go, but we can shop inside." And she goes, "Oh, okay." And I'm glad she said okay because I'd never like standing in a line. So we breezed through everything. And then when we got in the gates and we went shopping inside the gates, which was fine for me.
Yeah.
But I think she wanted to experience upstairs. But I kind of didn't want to deal with that anymore. You know.
I mean, you could have bought your chocolate and all that stuff, but you had that already.
I went to one store.
Yeah.
I bought Ama Omiyage.
Yeah.
And then I said, I'm Pao. And I carried that thing home and I was done.
Yeah.
So.
But when you went, it was a 5 to 10 minute wait, I think, to get through the security thing and to get through TSA. For us, it was 40 minutes.
Yeah, you see,
because the line went all the way out to like where the gates
and I told her, I said, look, there's no line now.
Yeah,
we really need to shop upstairs because if not, I would say we go through this thing right now and just cruise in the gates, you know, because get shopping in food places too. So
somewhat,
And we're done already. I mean, they shop for 7 days.
Yeah, 7 days of shopping already.
It was your wife and your sister-in-law's ability to shop is quite impressive, actually.
Yeah, I'm glad they have each other.
Their stamina to do that is amazing, and your sister
they're wearing the right shoes.
And Brian kept up with him, man. He just
Brian's job is to carry all the bags. And
he did a good job.
Yeah.
He did a good job.
Yeah.
Well done.
The hard part about Japan shopping is that for the men at least, or for the, I shouldn't say men, shouldn't be sexist. For the person that's not shopping, there's nowhere to sit.
Yeah,
they don't have chairs anywhere.
But that's why I like I said, I just followed Lanai.
Yeah.
I go, where are you going? Because they're going shopping. And he's like, I'm going to cruise up here. I go, I'll cruise with you then. So we'd find out, he knows where all the seats are, coffee shops. And that's all I wanted to do. I never walk around and shop. I was just tired. My feet were sore. I was wearing shoes for 6 days straight, bro.
Yeah, no dogs slippers. Was barking.
My feet was angry. Yeah. And I had to wear long pants.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Yeah, long pants and shoes. Oof.
Oh, no, but I found a hack. Instead of wearing jeans, where it's uncomfortable and stiff and the button, when you're fat, dig into your belly button when you're sitting down and stuff like that, I went Ross and I found like $12 pullover yoga-looking kind of tracksuit.
I saw you in those. Yeah.
Oh.
And it had nylon kind, had thicker nylon kind, insulated looking ones, and it had like cotton ones.
Oh, so it's warm too?
Yeah, and warm, and elastic on the bottom because I short legs, right? I don't need to fold them up. Push them down like that, hide them in my, and had elastic waistband, so no matter if I got fat, because the thing expand with you, right? That's the best investment I made. I bought like 6 of them at $12 at Ross.
Yeah, but you're only going to use them if you go to Japan, right?
No, I went dinner the other night. I wear that instead of my jeans. I don't think I go with jeans anymore. I'm at fat old man status. I'm not going to wear jeans anymore, bro. I'm going to wear that pullover pants. I don't care if people tease me already.
Well, I have my cargo pants. The cargo pants. I found the fly up in the cargo pants and the fly back in the cargo pants. That's the thing you need to do.
But the one of the pants I bought was Tony Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
So then I figured, the kids must be wearing it. I guess I can wear it.
You kind of hip then,
no? I kind of hip that way, maybe. Starting my own.
You're not old. You're a trendsetter.
Thank you.
Okay. Before we end, I can't believe we're actually almost out of time.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Okay. I have to make my complaint talk.
Okay.
About what?
So when we got back home, my mother's washing machine died.
Oh.
Don't even start with me on washing machine.
Okay, wait now, right? So, and I'm calling out names because
we get time to talk about this because you guys both have washing machines.
Okay, because this pissed me off to no end. So I just want to see if you had the same experience. So I went to Best Buy. Okay,
you guys
bought the thing. Bought the thing online.
Podcast right here.
Bought the thing online. Okay, they said.
Okay.
And it was predicated on. I don't know about you, but it was predicated on get me the freaking thing as quickly as you can. I don't care. I don't care how much it costs. I mean, you're trying to be within reason, but get it to my mom within the week because otherwise, we gonna be washing her clothes, or she's gonna be calling me to go take care of her clothes or something, right? So we called. They said they're gonna deliver in 3 days.
Wait, you're home already?
Yeah, okay, we're home already. So delivery in 3 days. Sweet. Okay. Then they send me a text. Hey, set up your time to for us to go. Okay, I thought I did that already, but all right, I'll set it up again. The next day, another note. Time to schedule your installation. But I did that already. Okay, I'll do them one more time. Then 8 o'clock in the morning. Hello, Mr. Nekoba. Yes. We need to change the date when we're gonna deliver the washer. Okay, to when? 2 days from now. Okay, fine. Hang up. I get another text. Please schedule your appointment for delivery. What the hell is this? I'm gonna be swearing, by the way, just to warn you. So I click OK, do the thing again, and it gives me the date and it gives me the time frame, and I go, okay, fine.
Did you have 20-something repairmen show up at your house?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. The next day, another call. Mr. Nekoba, I'm sorry, we won't be able to deliver it today.
Really?
We're going to have to bring it to you in 2 more days. And by this time, I'm groggy. I'm on the phone, and I'm like, what the fuck are you people doing?
Yeah.
Because you cannot keep telling me. Because not only am I getting texts from Best Buy saying they're delivering or that they are scheduling to deliver, I'm getting emails from Best Buy that says, please schedule your delivery. And then I'm getting calls from them saying, oh, no, sorry, we're not delivering it on that day.
Right.
So which one of these things am I supposed to be paying attention to? Because I can't keep answering you guys that I want this thing now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yesterday, I finally get a human being on. This is about a week later.
Yeah.
I finally get a woman on the line who, sorry, but speaks English. Because she's in like Texas or something. And she goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry that this is happening to you. Let me try to figure it out. I finally get the news. The fucking washing machine isn't even on the island.
This thing, yeah.
They have to bring the thing to the island. And then she says, oh, and by the way, it's another 2 weeks. And then we'll have to schedule when we're delivering it.
I was gonna say.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with you guys? Like, how does that happen? Then I go to cancel it online, right? I cancel the thing online, and they tell me, oh, my mom paid like over $700 for this washing machine. They're like, oh, it's, you get back 670 something.
Oh.
And I'm like, wait, what? Did the washing machine depreciate before you even got it to us? Is that how that works? So, and at that point, you're so frustrated already. You're like, fuck, I don't care. Whatever. Just give my mom back her money. And then I went to Home Depot. Thank you, Home Depot. Who actually checked and said, yes, the item is on island. We're going to deliver it. Bang. So, whatever you do, if you go to Best Buy, make sure that shit is on the island. And like, make sure there's somebody that walks over to the machine and touches it and says, here,
This is your machine.
This is your machine. This is the one you're getting. Because otherwise, they do this bullshit, and all they do every single time is,
Stall so I
it's
can get
no. They're
here.
like, it's been so busy.
Yeah.
You know, this happens with everybody. I go, I don't give a shit if it happens to everybody. It shouldn't,
shouldn't
be
happen
happening
with
to
everybody,
anyone.
yeah.
How come you didn't go Costco?
Because Costco, so when we did this, it was, when did we come back? We came back March 26th or 27th or something like that, right? But we came back on the 25th or 26th, and they said they were going to deliver on the 28th. And then they said they were delivering on the 30th. And then they said that they were delivering it on the 1st or
It's
something.
Costco.
No.
It's Best Buy.
Best
Well,
Buy,
Costco
yeah.
for deliveries is at least 2 weeks out.
Oh,
And we
okay.
couldn't do 2 weeks.
Okay.
Well, I'm like, it's a washing machine.
Okay, wait,
washing
wait.
machines, dryers, and fridges.
I have
You'll
a
be like
question.
me.
Yes.
So you live upstairs, your mom lives downstairs.
Yes.
You guys have your own separate set of washer dryer?
We do. But we can wash the clothes. But, everybody's got their own way they want to wash their clothes.
Yeah. Oh, so
So-
I just didn't know that you guys were sharing or you guys had.
No. So, we washed my mom's clothes,
Okay.
but it's
That's why I do my laundry here.
Yeah.
Because I went to my parents' house and then my mom explained to me all the process of what you have to do to put the laundry in and how I'm supposed to, put it all on the edges and you can't go past this height. And when you fill the water, and I'm like, screw this, I'm going to Dave's house.
But maybe that's why your washing machine broke in, because you don't follow your mom's instructions.
Maybe. Well, mine's a side loader. Hers is a top loader.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. All Japanese ladies, they gotta have top loader, and I'm like,
Yeah,
Mom,
yeah.
you're like 3 feet tall. How do you even reach
Right,
into
right,
this
right.
drum to get the stuff?
It's dangerous because if they fall in, they cannot get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your mom is short too, so I don't know how that works. Anyway,
I
did
don't
you
know.
have a?
I won't go into mine because
Yeah, might as well.
Because yours broke, right?
10 minutes more, you can tell
Yeah,
him.
mine broke once. Well, mine broke once before.
Yeah.
It was the motherboard shorted out,
Yeah.
and then so I was without a washer for 2 weeks because they have to ship the part in.
Yeah.
Why it takes 2 weeks, I don't know. Because Amazon can get me if I want to order a guitar tuner, it'll come to me next day, you know.
Exactly.
But for some reason, this motherboard takes 2 weeks. So I was doing my laundry here at Dave's house. That was maybe like 3 months ago.
Yeah, I remember.
And then right before we left for Japan, not right before, like maybe a week before we left for Japan, broke again. And again, it wasn't any of the mechanical parts it was some kind of electronic piece. But this time, when it broke with the clothes and the water in the washer. And you couldn't unlock the door because you needed the electronic thing to tell the thing.
It was Nisa's clothes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was Nisa's clothes.
Oh no.
So that thing sat in that washer from a week before Japan till yesterday.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Because they had to order another part again. So it took 2 weeks for the part to come in. And then they set up the appointment and the guy came. And then so I was telling Kyle, they opened the door yesterday. And everything smells like a old pond that's been sitting for it's not the worst. I thought it was going to be much worse, but it's not that bad. But we've been running a fresh and vinegar and everything through that washer, and no matter what we do, that smell is like just stuck in there.
And her clothes still smells like.
Oh, her clothes, yeah. That's we knew that was done for, you know. But I thought the washer itself, because it's metal, we'd be able to.
No. The front loaders, if they have moisture in them and you leave them like that for even 2-3 days, they start to get that smell. And even if you open it, if you run stuff through it, that smell remains forever. There is a product that you can buy that helps dull it significantly. But if you don't run that thing every 2 weeks, you'll get that smell, and it'll get into your clothes every time.
I was telling John, things gotta change, man. Because when we were kids, I had that same fucking washing machine until I was 18 years old.
Oh,
and I moved out, bro.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't ever remember getting a new washing machine.
It's electronics, man.
Yeah, it's electronics.
Yeah.
So what the hell is the use of a nice washing machine that can program everything if the thing will break every 3 years?
Yeah.
Well, that's why it breaks every 3 years, and you gotta buy a new washer.
Like my refrigerator.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember changing my refrigerator in my house
money.
when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I already get 2 new refrigerators already in this house alone. You know, when I bought this house. So,
yeah, it's kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, bro. Like they gotta do something, bro.
It's all a trap. It's all the way that they do that. Sorry to end on a negative thing, but
it's 3 old guys complaining about appliances.
I couldn't. No, but this was unusually bad. I don't normally call out companies. I don't normally say stuff like that. But it really pissed me off because when you're getting notified over and over and over again.
And the thing about it is, you're a regular patron of Best Buy.
Yeah. And in fact, I pay like every month for extended coverage on the stuff that we already have from them. So we got washers, we got dryers, we got everything.
You got yours from Best Buy too, then?
Yeah, but I didn't have that issue because we did a full renovation, right? So we ordered all the appliances. They came in, Best Buy stored it, and then when the contractor's ready, he picked it all up and installed it, right?
Nice.
So it wasn't like I needed it the next day like him, you know?
You might need to get a new washer though, because I don't think that thing is salvageable.
Yeah, well, Stacy called and the guy's gonna come back out again, but I don't know if there's anything we can do. So
because it's on
go for the lemon law already and get a new one.
Yeah, because that stuff is the problem is that stuff, because we had that we had our front loader.
Yeah.
And for the longest time we used it and didn't realize that you're supposed to, after you finish a wash, you're supposed to leave the door ajar so that it dries out. Like we had no idea.
Well,
you got a front loader too, right?
Yeah, so we did the.
So we were like, what the hell is that funky smell? And then we're like, oh shit.
You know, it's gross though. When you leave the door open long time, you better check no more lizard inside.
Right.
Then you start washing a lizard inside your laundry. Like so gross, bro. But
the thing that was great about this washer was that it had this, and it's the only washer that does this. After you're done with your wash, there's a setting you press, and then for the rest of the day, it just kind of slowly rotates itself and it vents itself. So you can leave the door closed and then it'll dry itself out.
But you know what the stupid thing is? I don't know why the fuck we're talking about washers for so long, but
sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's not so much that, it's a service.
Yeah, but when we bought a brand new washer front loader, it says you will have a mechanical smell in your clothes until it wears out. It says in the thing.
Really?
Yeah. You know that kind of machinery oil kind of like burnt like electrical
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
smell.
Wow.
My clothes smelled like that for months.
Really?
Yeah, and I couldn't get rid of it, so I bought like a deodorizer for the thing.
Yeah.
And it took a long time to get that out of that new washer smell.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they gotta fix that too, bro. You ain't gonna smell moldy. You're gonna smell like a freaking robot, bro. Like,
Ew.
for months, you know.
Ew.
They gotta fix that stuff.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
anyway,
with that, get ready for some Kanasami Con.
Do you feel better?
I do actually, only because I needed to warn our listeners and the people who are watching this that if you are in the need to get a major appliance, to just be aware
Yeah,
of those things.
physically-
Like, whatever you
yeah.
do, make sure that somebody. Because what we did was when we ordered the stuff on Best Buy, we ordered it all through the app, right? Which is fine and it's quicker. But if you're not talking to a specific person, there's no way to count that they actually have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get
and when
lost
I
in
went
the
to
system.
when I went to
Yeah.
Home Depot, I literally told the girl, "Where is it?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, it's here. Okay. Oh no, it's here. And I will call you on Friday when we're supposed to be getting ready to deliver it for you to make sure that it's actually here." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's that kind of personal touch
Yeah.
part of it that you just don't get if you're trying.
Well,
to
I'm
do it
glad
on-
that you got your problem fixed.
Well, I don't know. We're supposed to get it on Saturday now,
And I'm glad that you
fingers
might get
crossed.
your problem fixed.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
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 So until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in. We will
Thank you.
see you next week.
Take
Bye.
care.